they will lose respect for that male. Because in their minds, they think, wait, can this guy protect me if he's breaking down in front of me? And what's crazy is males don't get taught that until a female teaches them that by judging them for it and using it against them. That's when males realize, oh, shoot, a lot of times. Because a lot of these males didn't grow up with their fathers in their lives because of how the situation between them and the female with whom they had kids was. So those males don't get taught that, and they learn that lesson the actual hardest freaking way. And feminism, even though it's supposed to be talking about equality, right? What the corporations have done with these, like I said, social media accounts and all of this propaganda is they've made females have this split thing in their brain. Females are the only ones who can have two different things in their mind at the same time that are on opposite ends of the spectrum. They will tell themselves, particularly modern females, that we're equal while at the same time expecting favorable treatment and automatic compliance with their expectations. Think about how crazy that is. We're simultaneously equal, but at the same time, you need to be chivalrous to me. Ma'am, you do understand that chivalry is you getting special treatment, but equality is you not getting special treatment. So you get mad at males who now won't give up their seat on the bus for you, males who won't help you put your groceries in the car, males who won't help you change your tire on the side of the road, call AAA, males who won't help you bring the furniture in. But at the same time, you say we're equal. Well, guess what? Males equally bring their own furniture up. You can equally bring your own furniture up, right? Again, I'm just going based off of what y'all say. Because y'all are the ones who are talking about we should be equal, but at the same time, y'all will be on podcasts talking about how you're better than males. You'll be talking about how y'all the greatest thing since sliced bread, which again comes across as conceited as all get out. Y'all will be talking about that y'all superior to males, not biologically, just you thinking that we're that because we're just the greatest thing since sliced bread. Y'all be patronizing males, all type of stuff. The doggone View, this television show, they had a segment during primetime television where they were talking about males being useless. That was the name of the segment, I think, was Are Males Useless? And I'm sitting there thinking, what if males did a segment during the day where they had a panel of males and the name of the segment was Are Females Useless? Man, it would have been all over the news. Those guys would have been getting doxxed. They would have taken away their social media accounts. They would have called the FCC on them, the Federal, the Federal Communications Commission. And they would have went ham on these guys. But The View did this and nobody did absolutely nothing. Nothing happened at all. It was freaking crazy. But this is the thing. They want special treatment while at the same time being equal. It's freaking crazy. And then at the same time, they're talking like they're so much better than males. And then they'll take advantage of people knowing that certain things can't be done to females in comparison to males. Again, getting special treatment. While at the same time, acting like, no, we're equal. But give me that. We're equal, but let me in the club free. We're equal, but you pay all the bills at the house. We're equal, but you pay for the dinner. Because look at what I had to do to get dressed. Yeah, I know you got dressed too, but look at what I had to do. You know how much my makeup cost? My makeup cost $100. No, it didn't. Because you only used 12 cents of your makeup tonight for me. You didn't use that whole makeup case for me. You only used 12 cents. But they won't say that because that's too much nuance. They always do surface level bullcrap. They never think through their actual arguments. And what's so crazy is the reason that I believe in part they do this is because I think they're slightly envious of males. I really do. I think that they're slightly envious of males because they believe that they should have what males have. But at the same time, they don't understand that what males have to go through in order to get the things that males have is something through which they do not want to go. But they don't find that out until they get in there. And then they'll be in there for a little bit, and then they'll start telling themselves, man, I really don't want to freaking do this. Like this one female who was a plumber. She couldn't even turn the wrench to loosen certain things. She literally did not have the actual amount of force needed to be able to do that. And guess what she did? She rolled the freak out. She was the only one in that group of guys who were plumbers, and she was like, no, I gotta go. And she rolled the freak out. She don't even do plumbing anymore. Because they'll get in and realize we're not the same. They'll try to stay for their ego, but then they're like, yo, I can't do this. How many females do you see? They'll be lawyers and then they'll become 28, 29 years of age. They'll reach that and then they'll start getting the baby rabies and then they'll say, I don't really want to do this. I want to have a family. And it's like, yeah, but you use your formative years to do all of this stuff. Now you're trained completely wrong. You're trained to be a quote unquote boss babe and not a mother. You're trained to be a boss babe and not a wife. You're not trained to be somebody who can take leadership from a male. You're trained to be a person who wants to try to fight for the steering wheel or fight for the controls of the plane. So you got a whole nother problem. Then they'll do what? They'll go and have a kid by a guy they're not going to stay with. And then what happens? The guy and them are now on the outs. They have the kid and they don't even want to do what? They don't even want to do that job anymore as a lawyer. They don't even want to do that anymore. And what's crazy is when you try to tell these modern females this, they'll actually just lash out at you. You try to explain this stuff to them. That this is how y'all are. And it's because you've been programmed this whole nine. They will lash the freak out at you. They'll act like they have all of this doggone confidence. But they really don't. They're extremely sensitive because they understand that what's happening to them is something that's tearing at the fabric of who they are because they've been fighting their biology for so long. And when they look up, they're like, oh, shoot, I done really effed up. Yes, you have, ma'am. Yes, you have. And guess what? They realize they can't go back and change anything. And this is how they are. Oh, wait a minute. Having an exaggerated sense of self-importance and belief in, that's being grandioso. Requiring excessive praise. Having a need for admiration, lack of empathy. They, not even giving a crap about male's feelings, not even being able to understand it, not caring if a male cries, if a male gets hurt or anything like that. Them wanting favorable treatment so they have some type of sense of entitlement, huh? Them being conceited and coming across as haughty and freaking patronizing. Arrogance, Them taking advantage of them knowing that they can get away with bull crap, so they are being exploitative. So they have exploitative behavior. And then them being envious of people. And then them having a fragile self-esteem. Wait a minute. Aren't those all key characteristics of a narcissist? Modern females are actual narcissist. Checkmate.
So, what are your thoughts on this? Put it in the comments section because comments really help push the video. Then grab yourself some merch on the way out in order to support the channel. And don't forget to click like and subscribe. Thanks, good man fam.